Hi, this is Diana Price. Welcome to Spicy Business Talk. We've been talking so much, I can't even get the words out the right way. But we've been having a lot of fun talking about how to prepare for the business of entertainment. And it's just like any other business. You have to understand what your goals and objectives are. And did you read if you didn't have a chance to read the blog post, there are about 12 things that you really need to focus on. And I may have a chance to go through them after I ask Christian a couple more questions, because, we want to talk about how you're going to be pressing forward if you do want to get into this business. What are some of the things you got to really look out for? Because, people lie in this business. I bet you didn't know that. I bet no one's ever told you a big, fat tale about, something. I read things all the time about, getting into the entertainment business, but it's so important to pursue learning and really get it right. And when I say pursue learning, you cannot take any shortcuts. You have to dedicate yourself to what it is you want to do. So we're going to talk to Christian about how we're going to press forward. Welcome back, Christian. Thanks for being here today.
Thank you. It's been a great honor.
You're such a great subject too, with all of the background, with your, your childhood with the ADD and how you've pressed through that, and, just a really good example of how people can just stay committed to their goals. So how do you keep pressing forward? What is it in you? What are you doing to keep yourself motivated to get through these things?
This sounds really funny. I mean, it sounds really weird because a lot of people might know this, but actually, the thing that motivated me the most in my life would have to be watching a lot of anime. Like, it's just anime is Japanese cartoons. I watch a lot. A lot of people don't know what it is, but it's like just watch
Japanese cartoons.
Yes, because there's like so many good stories that tell you just to keep pushing on, like just don't give up. And
got it.
It's just like I was just heavily influenced by anime. Like I don't want to give up. Like I don't like. There's a lot of times where it's been really hard, but I just keep thinking of all the shoulder and like I'm not gonna give up. Like it's just that's what motivates me. Just like all like the watching all those animes and just being heavily influenced like by it, and just keep pushing on. Like
so when you say don't give up, how do you focus yourself into not giving up? Do you set goals for yourself? Do you say, today I'm going to do this, and this, and here's my master plan, but I'm going to chunk it. I'm going to take this chunk right now. Next time I'm going to go to this chunk. That's kind of what I do. But what do you do to focus yourself that way?
I do a lot of that too. I do like to plan out. Like when I'm filming something, I do like to plan it out. And so then I usually tell the person like, okay, we need to do this by this day, because if we don't do this by this day, this is going to be pushed to this day, which might make making the short film a lot longer. Mm-hmm. So you do have to organize and plan out everything. And to me, it kind of, when I'm planning it kind of feels like Tetris, where you have to like plan out and everything, because things do pile up like in Tetris. Things pile up, if you don't put it exactly where you want it to be, things can pile up. Your short film could take longer. It cannot happen. Right. It could the quality might suck. And so you have to make sure to have like Tetris, balance it out, make sure it all fits perfectly, because it'll all crumble and you'll lose if you don't plan it out properly.
So is that your passion, the short films, or?
Well, I mean, I've only done I haven't done like a full-length film.
You have?
No, I haven't.
Okay.
I want to.
Say, you have?
No,
I didn't know about that.
Not yet. Eventually, but not there yet.
So is that what are you planning to do once you are done with your apprenticeship? What is it? You're gonna be done with school. You're done with your apprenticeship. Where will I see Christian?
I'm deciding, because I actually wouldn't mind working at a television studio. I don't know if you remember who Jessica Wainwright is.
I sure do. She's in Pennsylvania.
She's coming here to talk to us about like an opportunity over there in Wisconsin. So I'm deciding whether or not to go over there and just live there for a couple. If I'm accepted, work over there for a couple weeks, couple months. Go over there,
to get the experience.
Yeah, get the experience, work in film, and then once I have enough experience and I kind of have a name for myself, come back over here. Yeah. And then see if I can actually follow my passion. Mm-hmm. Or this is another one. Just create a YouTube channel. Yeah, I'm interested in. I've had a previous YouTube channel with a friend of mine, and I thought we were doing pretty well, but ended up not working out.
Okay.
well enough. So we ended
When
up.
you say create a YouTube channel, you have one. So what
I
do you
had
mean?
one,
You
yes.
had one. Okay. So what do you mean create a YouTube channel as a movie? What do you mean? Tell me more about the details about your vision of creating a YouTube channel.
Well, when you create a YouTube channel, it can be whatever you want.
Sure.
So a lot of people tend to do games. A lot of people tend to do like tutorials and makeup.
And
like,
what would you do?
I'm interested in making short films.
You would have short films on
Yeah.
your YouTube channel.
And then just build up a following, build like a following, and then obviously build a name for yourself that way.
Got it.
And then just go from there. Just produce
Okay.
short films, and then eventually just to build up enough popularity so that I can make short movies or movies, which takes a long time. So either way, I need to build up a name for
Okay.
myself.
So you are interested in going to working for a television station,
Yes.
perhaps. Now, was that your first goal, or was that something that kind of got thrown into your lap because of the opportunity? Tell me what your first goal was before this opportunity came in.
Before the apprenticeship, but it would still film.
Okay.
It's still film now, but all the things that I've learned, they're all meant for television.
Okay.
But that thing can also be what I learned can also be applied to film.
Okay.
So learning how to do lighting, that's for film.
Right.
Learning how to making sure audio is
Right.
correct, that's for film.
Audio,
Editing
lighting,
for film.
editing,
All-
directing.
All the things that I've
Correct.
learned,
Yes.
it can be applied to movies. It's just the techniques
Yeah.
themselves are slightly different.
Yeah.
So it has to just transition over to short films.
Yeah. Yeah. So, what's the next film you're going to produce?
I don't have like a set script. What I usually do is when an idea pops up in my head, I usually write them on in a notebook. And sometimes like the idea can be like a page and a half long. Sometimes it could be like 5 pages. It's just an idea of what I want to do. Sometimes I've thought of ideas where it's just people can transform into like monsters, and it's all other stuff, and all the stuff that was heavily influenced by anime. So
Really?
it's
All the Japanese cartoons.
Yeah.
That is way too funny that you watch Japanese cartoons.
Yeah.
When did they come on? Is it in Japanese?
No,
Is it they're
there's-
speaking
it's
Japanese?
there's actually like a big, it's a big thing in America. It's just not really, it's not in the mainstream.
Oh, okay.
So it's a lot of like animes have actually influenced big movies.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know if you noticed The Matrix.
Yeah.
That was heavily inspired by anime called Ghost in the Shell.
Okay. Okay.
Inception, which is the one that Chris Nolan, that was heavily influenced by an anime movie called Paprika, I believe it's called. And that one, they follow the same concept where there's a machine that can put you in the dreams and everything. So there is a lot of heavy influences of anime that are in movies. It's just a lot of people didn't know that.
Me.
Yeah.
So speaking of influence, who's had the most influence in your life?
Obviously my mom. Mom just kept pushing me to just go out and just do it. She's been very supportive. She's very supportive, but she's just trying to keep it real with me and just be like,
She's kind of keep up with you?
like trying to keep it real. Like, you can work in
Keep it
film.
real in you, trying to...
Yeah. So she's like, you can do it. But just remember, like, there's a very slim chance. And I keep telling her, like, I'm working hard, and she's seen what it does, which
Yeah.
is why she hasn't told me like you can't do it. She's been very supportive. And then another one that I actually
Awesome.
another influences me has been animes. Animes have been a big influence on me.
Of course. Mhm.
Like all the things that they've done. I want Neil deGrasse Tyson. He's been a big influence to me. He's been pretty cool. He's just showing me all this cool science things that I actually love learning. Love learning.
Live love learning.
So Mike, he's been on it. Neil deGrasse Tyson. My mom. Anime. Who else?
Nice. So, if you had to give some advice to fellow students or people that are wanting to follow in the footsteps of entertainment or radio because you're missing class because
Yeah, I'm actually missing class right now.
You're supposed to be in school.
I know the mic, it's all good.
But at least it's a radio, but it's an internet television program, really. So if you had to give some advice to other students that are wanting to go into radio, TV, film production, media, what would you tell them?
Try to be as artistic as you can, but also try to be very technical because they both go hand in hand. And if you want to be a movie director, you can't. Directing isn't just about point the camera there. You have to tell them like, okay,
Right.
I want this type of lighting. I want
That's
this
right.
type of audio. I want this shot. I need this kind of makeup, because all these things a director has his fingers in it, and you can't just point the camera and hope for the best. You need
Correct.
to understand each aspect, understand how it works, understand how it all fits together, because when you understand how it all fits together, that just makes your movie so much better.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, it just makes it so much better.
So you're saying you have to understand the
It's-
requirements.
yeah.
the-
It's a mix. It's a 50-50, artistic and technical.
Correct.
It has to be a 50-50 mix.
Right. Then you have to, it's so important to understand where you want to go in this business. So if you want to get into the business, you have to have a clear understanding of what is it that I want to do. Do you want to work for a movie studio? Do you want to work for a television station? Do you want to work for yourself? Do you want to go into radio auditing? It's so important that you really clearly identify yourself in your mind, this is what I want to do. So then you know what you're going to do, and then you're going to know how to. Somebody wants to come in really bad. They have to wait until the show's over because they're interrupting us. And one of the other things I wanted to say was that when you start off in this business, it's so important. We've been preached to that way, to understand the equipment that you use, understand the software that you use, really know the names
Yeah.
of the equipment. So, you're not trying to, you're really trying to impress other people, but it's just really getting a grasp of what you're doing. So you can really understand and you can speak intelligently about it.
Yeah.
Any other last parting thoughts you want to share with our audience before we say goodbye?
Keep a note. I mean, I think a lot of people do, but just pull inspiration from your life. There's been stories where I've shot and filmed things where I do incorporate things of my life.
Yeah.
Some bad, some good, but it's just pulling from my life. It's just another way to just make your story become more lively, because there are examples you can use, and they help you illustrate your point.
Right. So pull stories from your life.
Yeah. Or yes.
Yeah, I like that, because you have a story to tell.
Yep.
You have a story to tell. So pull from your life as well. Thank you, Christian, for taking the time to come all the way over here to be in the studio. We really, really appreciate you. So a great big spicy thank you to you, Christian. Yay! Really appreciate you being here today.
It's been an honor.
Yes, you are awesome. Just completely awesome. So we're going to be here next Tuesday at 12 noon, and we're going to have another episode of Spicy Business Talk, where you can learn how to better balance your business inside and out and your life from top to bottom. This is Diana Price, and we will see you next week. So be sure to interact with us on Facebook, okay? And if you need to call us, 866-631-7500.